What's up, risk managers? My name is Nasdaq Anonymous, and I'm addicted to the NQ. And boy, is she one hell of a drug. And welcome to tonight's NA meeting, where we'll discuss the economic data for the week, analyze today's session, and from that, build a winning game plan for tomorrow's price action. And if you haven't done so already, you can show your support by subscribing to the channel. And with that said, let's jump into the charts now. This is tomorrow's data. Be mindful that all times are in Central Time. And we have a big block of news scheduled for tomorrow, so let's jump into it. We have a big block of news at 7:30 with a focus on the average hourly earnings and the average weekly hours for the month of July, labor force participation rate for the month of July, non-farm payrolls for the month of July, and the underemployment rate for the month of July. At 9 o'clock, we have factory orders for the month of June, and at 2:30, we have CFTC data being released. And now that we know what to expect, let's jump into the charts and create a game plan for tomorrow's price action. This is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream, and today was definitely a trend day. And as I analyze the charts, I see about 4 clues that's going to be essential for helping us find the best trades going into tomorrow's price action. So let's jump into it. During the overnight session, the market dropped about 212 points before the bulls were able to find support and make an attempt to retest the previous highs. However, the failure to take out this high resulted in an additional drop of about 801 points to the downside, which continued until the final hour of the trading session. Prior to the news release, the market was able to recover some of its losses, bouncing around that 8,880 level that has been acting as key support for the Nasdaq. And once the news was released, we saw the market break that low and what appears to be a sweep of liquidity underneath that. And based on this information, this is what I'm going to be looking for going into tomorrow's session. Now, if we see the bulls hold off this area of support and we do see that move higher, I'm going to be looking for a range between 19,175 and 190. Here, this is where I believe that the bears will come back in and we will see a retracement going lower. Now, if the bulls do manage to continue to trade price higher, my ultimate level that I'm going to be looking for is a range between 320 and 335. Here, I believe that this is where we will see the market reverse. We can see that here, we have the initial break of structure here. So a retest of somewhere of this level, possibly a liquidity sweep, I do expect for the market to retrace here. Now, if the bears fail to hold off this area of support and we begin to see price trade lower, breaking this level, I'm going to be looking for an area of around 690 and 666. And if we do break this level overnight, my next key level of support is going to be around 18,610 to around 17,595. But the price action overnight is definitely going to be essential for our bias going into tomorrow's stream. Now, if you're enjoying the content and appreciate the value that me and my trading partner provides to the trading community, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the release of our next NA meeting and live streams. And with that said, let's jump into an ES chart. This is an ES chart, and this is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream. And just like the NQ, during the overnight session, price dropped 35 points before the bulls were able to find support and made an attempt to retest these highs. However, the failure to rotate price higher resulted in the market dropping 156 points to the downside, which continued until the final hour of the trading session. Prior to the news being released, the market managed to recover some of its losses. When the news was released, we saw a bearish reaction. However, price did not take out its lows like on the Nasdaq. And based on this information, here's what I'm going to be looking for going into tomorrow's session. So just like the NQ, if price is able to hold this area of support, I'm looking for the market to trade back into a range of around 5,496 through 5,506. Here, this is where I believe that we will see some initial profit taking from the bulls and the bears stepping in to sell this market down. However, if the market does manage to break through these highs, I'm going to be looking for the market to trade up into between a range of 520 to about 530. Now, if we do get a break below these lows, the next area of support that I see on the ES will be around 420 to about 418, and possibly 414 if we see some extra volatility. Now, if these levels do not hold up overnight and price trades through these levels, we can definitely see a big, massive drop, probably a bigger drop than what we've seen today. Now, if you look over here at the hourly chart, last night we did talk about the market filling this gap on the ES. Now, the market has not filled this gap on the Nasdaq, but we've definitely got that gap fill here on the ES. And based on how the hourly chart looked, it does appear that these lows may be in trouble. And it's more likely that we see a move to the downside versus a move to the upside. But we do have employment news coming in tomorrow, and tomorrow is also Free Cash Friday. So whichever direction the market chooses to run, it will run in that direction, probably for the entirety of the session. So be mindful of that. And in summary, both markets did trade in a bearish range overnight. The bulls did fail to rotate price higher, which resulted in an 801 drop on the Nasdaq and a 156 point drop on the ES. And finally, Apple and Amazon did report after the bell, which resulted in a bearish move into the close. The reason why Apple and Amazon is so important, because these are the biggest retailers that consumers consume from. It allows us to understand the state in which the consumer is in. So if Apple and Amazon is having a bad report, then we know that the economy is really in trouble. And that's all I have for tonight, risk managers. And you can watch us trade these concepts live by clicking this video. We'll see you there.